on your lunch hour, you can eat your sandwich and then go walk around, and then you can do the exercise stations. I don't know, you should go look at Effingham School's walking path. That's just a delightful, people love that. The community uses it a lot. So we're going to try
I've
and
used others, and
model
they
on
seem to
that.
have been much better signed.
This is both for residents and employees to get out, get some
Yeah.
exercise, get some fresh air.
Yeah, we're going to try, and the lower one, that's what we're looking at with the lower one, is to try to make that as wheelchair accessible as we can for the people that don't want to just go on the tar. I mean, but we're going to utilize the sidewalks and the parking lots and to keep our costs down as far as having to do stone dust to make it almost cement-like structure and a low-maintenance project, but I just
And I
wanted
think
people
it
to
was,
know
what,
that we
6
are
to 8
working
feet
on it.
wide? 6 to 8 feet wide?
5 to 6, yeah. So, I mean,
5
so
to
you can fit a wheelchair and maybe have somebody walk beside the person as well,
Yeah.
so.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Sure.
Anybody else, public comment? You had some other.
Yeah, I have a
Go
couple of
Go
questions.
ahead.
Is there already costs for the conduct and grievance investigation against Commissioner Solomon and Sorensen?
No,
You didn't get any bill?
it hasn't been completed yet.
But what about a bill?
I haven't got a bill yet.
My other question is about the bill, the Swatch bill. I asked for the bill to see it, and you show me a copy.
The bill for what?
The Swatch bill, the investigation
Swatch.
bill.
Yep.
You show me a copy, and I
Mhm.
actually want to see the original. You said
Okay.
you send the original to Swatch with a check. That is what you
No,
said.
No, Kathy Armstrong should have the original.
Oh, okay.
She makes out the checks.
Because I want to see the original bill, what I'm asking for a long time, and I finally saw a copy. So the original bill is here.
Yep. We always keep the original.
Oh, okay. And my other question is about Cybertron. We get a couple weeks ago this thing from Barracuda here.
Yep.
We got one was from, I believe it were tapes, and the other one was like the online service Barracuda. It was $12.99. I talked to Barracuda, and they say the cost is $1,000. Anyone needs to pay $1,000. And I say, can we get it cheaper than $1,000? She said, if you have a reseller, if you want to have it cheaper, you can go to any reseller and it would be cheaper. $1,000 is the price for everyone. A reseller will give it cheaper than that, and certain people's are reseller. And she said Cybertron is a reseller, so you should get it cheaper than $1,000. When you get this, we already get billed $1,299. If you go to Dell or any other reseller, it would be cheaper. I call other IT companies and they said they don't bill this way. They give the price usually, what they get billed for. You can just go online and you can check it is there online. Everyone can check it for themselves. You want to have Barracuda backup? Barracuda 190, backup appliance 190, 500 GB. It is online, it's $1,000 for everyone. Also, when I saw the bill, to go back to that Swatch bill, it was $13,000, and I believe you total it up and it comes $18,000. Can I see that other $5,000 too, that bill, what you'll get?
Yeah, it wasn't only Schwartz's bill. There was Liz Bailey's bill also was included in that. Have anything else?
Yeah, that is what I have now.
Anybody else got any public comment? Yeah.
Speaking of Cybertron, I had breezed through the contract a couple weeks ago, and I might not have this exactly right, but I recall that one of the requirements was for free parts and equipment if we have a malfunction. But then I thought I saw in the contract that they weren't free, so I was just wondering if they could clarify what we get in terms of parts and maintenance.
That is in the
Mr.
contract,
Rich, would
also
you
a
answer
server
that question?
missing, what is not in it.
Did you understand the question?
I believe I did. Our contract does include free replacement parts for anything to do with repair and maintenance of the systems here. We do have a section that specifically excludes basically acts of nature, lightning, fire, things like that. If the building burns down, we can't be expected to replace it. That's what we exclude. We also exclude consumables, printer, ink, toner, things like that. That's what we exclude. We have replaced many parts through the years here at our expense. Most recently, about a week and a half ago, some RAM went bad in the server over at the nursing home, and we replaced not only the bad RAM, but we replaced all the RAM as a precaution, and because, just to make the system work a little more efficiently, we actually increased the RAM at our expense. I could look through my history and give you many instances where we replaced hard drives, et cetera, other parts. And in one instance, over at the jail some years back, because an entire server just wasn't reliable. After we replaced many parts individually at our own expense, we actually replaced the entire server at our expense.
Okay, that answers the question, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
There was a line item, I believe it was from last year, and I think you looked to roughly what we needed for parts, and that is budgeted in that line item, so it is already there. There is a new server and other parts are there.
That's correct.
So I see that if another company has this contract, they would pay it up from their own money. But I
No,
believe that from that line item, that is where you're paying a lot of the parts and a new server.
There
Do
is a
you
line
have the
item.
bills that you buy all these things and the hard disks? Because I didn't see anything. You said you replace a whole new server and you replace all this. Do you have the receipt so I can look into it?
That server replacement occurred 5-6 years ago at our expense. The line item that you're currently referring to is for the new email server here, and none of those parts will actually be purchased from Cybertron. They will likely come from GovConnection. Software will come from Microsoft, GovConnection, and other sources, not from Cybertron, because it's something of this magnitude, they can give much better pricing than we can. And you will get all those, because everything has to be approved by the commission. So you will get all that information. Does that answer your question, Commissioner?
No, not all, but I have another question.
Okay.
Your previous contract was a $300 hookup fee for all new equipment.
That's correct.
And we had an issue with it, so you take it out of your new contract.
That is correct.
That is the 1st of April. I see in March, there were $1,000 and $1,000 paid for hookup. What did you hook up suddenly all the way before the 1st of April? You had many new hookups, many, we paid thousands and thousands of dollars in March, with the understanding that April 1st, the fee was going to be waived, but suddenly we had a million stuff to hook up.
Do you have a copy of that? I don't recall off the top of my head. I'd be happy to address it if I could get a copy of what you're referring to.
And also, we paid also for the hookup fee for 5 laptops. The attorney was trying to save the county money, what he did. You get 5 new laptops and you billed $1,500 for just hooking up his laptop. Is that correct? That bill,
I believe that was part of last year's contract, yes.
that bill is there. Do you have an answer for this Barracuda?
I do not. I'd have to look into that.
What do you mean you have to look into that?
Going just by
You
what
have to
you
go
say, I
online?
would have to confirm what you're saying, and then before I can address it.
My understanding with Barracuda that they only sell to somebody like you or...
No, they don't.
You can't go direct to them to buy
Yes,
it.
that's why I talked to them. Everyone can go direct to them. The cost is $1,000 for everyone.
Mhm.
So I can go also put Barracuda in my house. For everyone, it's $1,000.
Okay.
And I said, how can I save the county money? So it costs already $1,000. She said, if you have a reseller, because they get it cheaper than $1,000.
Okay.
And Cybertron is a reseller, so we should get it cheaper. Or if we go to Dell or another reseller, we get it much cheaper than $1,000. I make a couple of phone calls to ask other companies how much they give it to us, and I didn't hear back yet, so I'm still busy with that. And he already put up a price of $12.99. What it is, $1,000 is the price for this. She looked it up, and I have an email, and she sent an email to me. But you can just go to the Barracuda site, and you will see that.
Does that price that they quoted you also include the maintenance upgrades from Barracuda, which is an additional fee from their basic price?
This, the first line, what you put here in, this is what you put in, that is what she codes to me, this is what she gives to me. That is how much it costs, what you have here. It costs $1,000. A reseller will give it less, so we probably can get it maybe for $600 somewhere else. She said go to Dell or another company. Every reseller. You didn't go with a tape, it was much higher. You are a reseller, so automatically you will, put this so we can buy by you.
You have anything else?
Nope, that's it for now. I have jail stuff, but you said you're going to discuss this later, the jail stuff.
Yep. Okay, one last one, go ahead.
Commissioner Kenny, when you spoke to Barracuda, were they aware that you're talking about providing it for a nursing home or something pretty large as opposed to
Home
like
equipment.
a small business or something?
Yes,
like that?
because this is, did you see what we get here? Everything what we get here, that is the cost. She has that. You can go online and get it. You will see how much it costs. Everything is there. And also she sent me also an email. I have it also, because I wanted she sent me thing. That is for everyone. If you want to have this kind of, I'm not going to put this in my house, personal.
Right.
You see, this is for a bigger business. So I gave her this, and it is there.
Okay.
It costs $1,000 for everyone, if you want to have this kind. This is what he quoted, this is what he has. But a reseller will be cheaper, because they get all these big discounts. So if we go to Dell or whatever, and she'll look up some names, and she look up and she said Cybertron is a reseller, you will get it cheaper than $1,000. And then I said, but I have here, a code is already $12.99. And everyone can get it for $1,000. I guess I have to look at every written agreement or every bill, everything what we're getting.
Anybody else got any? Yes, Ed?
Clarification for the public. Is Barracuda software you buy in order to back up, and that's why it's a resold product, or is Barracuda a business that's somewhere that you send the information to? What are we buying here, and why is it resale?
This is the online backup for the nursing home, what we've been talking about a couple weeks ago.
Is it software, or are you dealing with a business directly? I'm confused.
This Barracuda is the business who sell it. Everyone can buy there. If you want to have it cheaper, they have reseller. You don't have to go by a reseller. You can go straight to them too.
So the answer is that it's software you're buying.
I think that Mr. Cybertron can answer that. Because he's the reseller of Barracuda. He sells it too, so we can get it cheaper.
It is a backup appliance. It is a piece of hardware that also includes software to do the backup and then store a copy of it off-site at Barracuda's storage warehouses.
And then other resellers sell that device, or they also sell the software that comes with it?
The reseller sells the device and does the installation
Okay. And you're a reseller of that?
of
Device.
Barracuda products, yes.
You don't work with Carbonite or any of the others, just Barracuda?
We do.
Oh, you do?
We have other options. We like this particular one.
And the prices are basically the same?
Yes. They're similar.
Carpenter's more expensive.
Okay, no further public comments?
Actually,
Yeah.
I don't believe I got an answer to my question.
What's your question?
The quote that you received directly from Barracuda, did that include the subscription for the maintenance?
I gave this here, everything what you gave to me here. That is what I gave to her, and that is what she emailed me. And you can also go, it is on the website, everything is there. You just look it up, everything like you said is there with a price, everything is
I
there.
believe our quote included the annual subscription, and I believe that's the discrepancy. I will verify that for you all.
Okay, thank you.
What code is, what did you say, annual, the annual subscription is on the second line.
For the offset, for the
It said
offsite,
annual subscription, that's the second line, that is $199, and you have Barracuda backup service, $600. So we're talking about a Barracuda backup appliance for $12.99, that costs $1,000. So it is not included in it, because you
I will verify that. You,
no, that is what you put here. So I don't know what you're going to verify. You're going to verify your own information? You have it here.
Okay, this concludes our non-public,
Non-public.
non-public comments. We will be going into a hearing that's non-public at 11 o'clock. And again, I invite you to come back at 1 o'clock if you wish to hear and
We did not do these
about the
minutes.
other 3 towns that would like compensation for their,
Still gonna go through these minutes.
yeah. We did say that we would go back through the minutes, so we'll take a few minutes and see if we can clean up some of the minutes in the past.
Yeah.
What's that? Ladies, we're looking. Have you got some minutes?
I don't have any minutes. Oh, I believe I have some. I had
do.
this morning, but I believe.
Can I interrupt just for a minute? I want to give you these applications and just
Okay.
explain. This was the guideline, this is the ad that was in the paper, and here's the position.
Okay,
These are the ones that are within the county organizations. the Carroll
Okay.
County NH Chapter.
Yep.
These are the top 4 that we thought.
yep,
These are the ones that we didn't show.
okay.
These are all of them.
These are all the ones we had.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Okay, well.
Okay, let's see if we can clean up some of the minutes.
Yeah, I think we need to come with a different procedure because it looks that we're getting behind. I
We
think
sure are.
we should approve the minutes when she has the corrections in, because this is getting too confusing.
That's right.
Then I hear, can you look up something from March? Can you look up something from April? Can you look up something? Because then she put something in, and when she sent it, I said, no, it is not in, you still didn't put it in. Then she has to correct it again and get it. I think that if we make the corrections and she put it in, when we have the minutes, everything is there, we look in it, we prove it. So I don't have to go back and look at non-stop stick and put it, and we're getting behind this way.
I agree.
May I say something? This is minutes from March 28th. All of this. 1, 2, 3,
Because of corrections?
4,
Are
5,
they all corrected?
6 different times where the corrections were made, were given, and not made. 6 times,
The corrections were given and not made.
yes.
She didn't make the corrections. So that's why I said, maybe we don't have, there is no rule that said we have to approve it the following week. I think we should come up with something. We have everything already in there. When we have it for us, when we're coming, we read it, it's okay, we prove it. So we don't get behind and wait. And then I don't have to look up things from, oh, can you look up December?
But
Can you look up
excuse me.
March?
Yeah.
If we come to the meeting the next
Yeah.
week, and we say, these are the corrections that have to be
Yeah.
made, and I go under the assumption that when I say that,
That
when I
it's
hit,
coming.
that it's going to happen.
Yeah, I know.
But it doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's why I now think that maybe we should come with something that everything is already there. And as long as it is not
I
there, we
did.
don't approve it.
I do.
Because the way we're going now, we approve it as corrected. But hey, if it's come back, do we know if it is all corrected or if we still have to change something?
That's the point.
That's why I'm saying,
Yes.
let's do it a little different now.
How?
Let it be there. Like, we make, like, next week, we said, this is what we want and these are the corrections.
Mm-hmm. And?
We don't approve it as corrected. We come the following week, if it is in there, we look at it, everything is in, we said, we approve these minutes.
So that would mean that we would have to get the finalized minutes. I cannot read, while we're sitting here, read the minutes to see if the corrections were made. So we would have to have them before the minutes, before the meeting occurred, to see if the corrections were
Yeah,
made.
but is she not sending it then? We can read if all the corrections are in.
Well, yeah.
Well,
That's why I have
but
6
we are
times.
now going to approve at any end of the meeting, so we can still come and read it.
No, I don't know about you, but I
Okay, what,
can't
do
read
you
them.
have a different suggestion now?
I just said, get them, get the corrected minutes done prior to the meeting day.
To the next meeting.
So you want now that we send all our corrections in by her, and she make the corrections, and then we have that. That is what you want. But then we still have the issue then, the public is going to say,
No,
why do we?
you missed my point. You said that we should make the corrections at the next day, the next meeting,
Yeah, in public,
in public,
yeah.
and
Then she put it
and then
in,
she'll put
and the
it-
following week, we read if everything
And
is
what
in,
I'm
and then we
saying-
approve it.
I'm saying, I'm fine with that as long as I'm not expected to read the corrections, to read and see that the corrections have been made that day. I need to have it before then to make sure the corrections are in. That's all I'm saying.
We can do that.
Well, let's try that first.
What?
That we make the corrections in public.
You
And then
really
she
want
sent it to us, and then we approve for the following week. Is your issue now where they approving, you want to approve for the following week, or is it that the corrections need to be immediately in?
the correction should be in prior to the day we're going to actually approve the minutes.
They can be.
She can do that, but we need to say in public what we added or deleted.
Fine, that's what we do all the time. The question that you're raising is, or I'm raising, somebody's raising, is whether or not it's actually done. That's my
Are the
issue.
corrections actually
Yeah, but
made?
we had in the past a different issue. In the past, it was corrections were sent there, and then we come in a public meeting. And then we had questions from, we cannot just put, behind the scenes some corrected stuff in.
With the-
Everything needs to be in public. So that is what we're doing. I think the issue now is approve, when we are going to approve it.
The minutes should be approved the following week.
Yeah, but.
Otherwise,
but
if
we
you go
need the
2 or 3
correction.
weeks
We're
later,
not going to do the 2
we're
weeks
in the
anymore.
same problem that we're in right now. We've got so many minutes that we don't even know which ones are approved and which ones are not. The only way to solve that problem is to take action on the following week and take action saying that these minutes are approved with the corrections that are made. And then you'll have to follow up and make
If all
sure
the
that those
corrections are
corrections
there.
are made.
But then I need to get first all the corrections. I need to get all the corrections, see what we're going to correct, and then I can check if the corrections are in it.
Okay.
Ugh.
Good.
This is what I've been doing the last couple of weeks. Commissioner Solomon, I would send out the draft
Draft,
to
yeah.
everyone. Commissioner Solomon would email me back her changes. It would say in bold and capitals. I would make those changes, and then I would send a copy to you. of her changes, so that way you kept track of what her changes were, and then also that the changes were made within the minutes. What I suggest is, seeing how we hand wrote just 3 comments here that need to be changed, because usually it's just a few things.
Yeah.
I do the draft, I send them out. The following week, well, during that week, the changes are sent to me. Commissioner Solomon's the only one who sends me the changes.
Yeah, but she sent it to the grammar, and we are putting the content, we say in public what we're going to change.
So the change, but everyone has a chance to look over the draft for changes. I make the changes the following week. All you have to do is make sure that the changes were made the following week.
Right.
We're
Because
handwriting
I
them.
had from April a lot of changes. You see,
From
but
when?
From April, I had one time I wrote down all the stuff, and I don't know, what's not in.
But also June, the reason why we're so far behind, because in June,
One
every
week-
single week
One
you
week
made
we're
a...
absent too. One week, I
Right.
don't think we had a meeting,
Right,
and then last week I was
Right.
absent.
but you were questioning why a lot of your comments
I
weren't
wanted
put
to
in.
have a couple statements in,
But-
yeah.
I don't know what comments you're talking about. I don't know
She
what...
can't correct them if you don't tell her what they are.
And I've
Yeah.
been asking for that, and now here we are, July 11th, so I don't know what you want put in. Do I go back to the video and listen to the
I
recorder?
have to go back
So-
then. I have to go back to the video.
But that's what the holdup is, the whole
And-
month of June.
And I have to go back then and listen. No, the whole month. We have 2 weeks in June. I was absent 1 week, and 1 week there was no meeting.
All
We
right.
have
It's not
6
the whole,
weeks.
it's not the whole month
Look.
of June.
So, what I'm
You're-
saying is the changes that are made during the week after I send the draft out,
Yep.
I make the changes, we
Yep.
come in the following Wednesday,
Yep.
and just verify that the changes were made on a
Yep.
fresh copy.
Yep, and we approve them at that time.
But
Exactly.
I don't know why I make a couple statements, why it's not in the minutes. That I have to go
Well, I
back
make a
every
lot of
time and
statements
look
too,
at
it's
it.
not in
there,
It's
but-
Well,
not
I'm
in
trying
there.
to keep it condensed, I'm trying to keep it to a couple of pages. I don't know what was said, if it was,
Would you go back and
Yeah.
find out what minutes have not been approved and get us copies of those minutes that have not been approved
Well, I have here
And the
the
so that we
Changes.
can update them,
And the changes.
okay?
So
And get them
how are we
approved.
going to move forward now? What are we going to do
Well,
with
She's gonna take the minutes, she's gonna send us the draft by email. We're gonna send her back what corrections that should be
immediately the
made.
correction before the meeting?
Yes.
Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Okay, we
Then
send the
she's gonna
corrections
have
before the
them all
meeting.
corrected, and we can vote on them the following meeting.
So you're going to put immediately the corrections in, and we have it.
which I keep a copy of whatever changes she's making also.
Yeah.
But then, we
And I email
still,
it to
but
you.
if we do it the following week, she already corrected, we're still having the issue that we need to make the corrections, what we corrected in public. You see? No, we
She
just
sends
give.
us, wait a
we give-
minute, let's, she sends us the draft.
Yeah,
We can send her back all the grammatical
Which is usually what it is.
corrections that are done.
Mostly.
So that can be done ahead of time. Any major items that
discussed.
are not in the minutes, we would have to bring to the public and make those comments. At that point in time, we vote on it as the minutes are corrected. And it's up to you to make sure that that gets
all the
into the
corrections, yeah.
At that time.
minutes and that it's finalized. So,
Okay,
The
we will
question
send
is-
her the corrections, and I need to see all the corrections what everyone is making then, or you send it to me. And at the next meeting, I will tell the public what corrections we make then.
So
Because we
you
need to,
want,
we need to tell them if we edit or deleting, I mean, we cannot just,
yeah, but a draft already went out onto the website. The draft goes out on the website, so they see what the first round, they see the first copy. Whatever changes are made as a comma or a capitalization or a period wasn't put in, mostly, 95% of the time. Now, so I understand what you're saying, when we're in the meeting, if there's something that isn't there that you want in there,
it's gotta be done
discuss it in
then.
public, I go and make the change and then email it to you, the change was made. But now you're asking for the last 6 weeks of changes that Commissioner Solomon sent me, that I've already been sending you. The changes she sent to me, I emailed to you, saying, these are from Commissioner
The
Solomon.
grammar, yeah, the grammar she's
Right.
making, yeah.
Right.
All right, we still,
But if it's stuff that you want in there that you feel that I am leaving out, or you feel that it's important to be in there, I need to know that. Because I'm just